All right, 4 quarters. Today's Friday, January 19th. A lot of adversity in the last few weeks. We've been on bye, been taking a break, but Tommy was saying when things are in high demand, you don't want to flood the market. So here you go. We're back in full swing, though. We'll be back at it starting right now, starting today.
It's good to be back.
Feels a little different.
Yeah, it does.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
It's been quite a minute.
different scene in here. I mean, we overcame there's been some adversity in the last few weeks. Hard to get studio time around here. So, without further ado, here we go. Oh, by the way, good game last night, boys.
Appreciate that, boss.
Back on track.
Yeah, that was an impeccable game.
Yeah, must win for us.
Just nobody missed, and
Chris
nobody
Bud
messed up.
was
Spud had
17
a
and
day.
15.
Yeah.
Nice little double-double.
So, yeah, if you guys can just keep up that level of play for the rest of the season. Even Jacker had a monster game.
He was in the zone. That's what I was saying.
Has had in the game.
10
All
points,
you guys were
5
in
points,
the
12 rebounds or something
5
like
for
that.
5 from the field.
Yeah, walking double man. Just once you utilize him properly and get all your guys playing like they played last night, you guys got a real shot, man.
Definitely.
All right, NFL playoffs. Let's start with last week. Let's start with what everybody's talking about, man. The catch. That whole stretch
Wow.
was ridiculous.
I mean, I understand. I don't, you could say the Saints safety screwed up and whatever, but I understand. He came in a little early.
Yeah.
Had to pull up. Accidentally ran into his own guy. Stephon Diggs made a great catch, stayed in bounds.
That's ridiculous.
Was aware enough to see that he could go for the end zone, and he took it.
That was crazy. I can't even explain what I was thinking when that happened. I was like, whoa.
We watched it live. We were at Dom's Tavern when that was going down.
Yeah. So.
And the whole bar just was
ridiculous.
just out of their seats when that happened. Nobody could believe it.
That was
But
crazy.
I disagree, man. You're a professional safety. How do you mess that
I
up?
don't know.
No, I don't-
Dude,
You
that
gotta
was,
know the
that was
situation.
terrible.
No, I
That
don't
was
blame him
awful.
for messing it up. I blame him for not preparing for something
Yeah,
like
if
that.
anything, he got paid before the game.
They got I don't know why they just didn't set up a defense where their field goal range was and just didn't let them catch a ball in around their field goal range.
Yeah, but you got to understand the situation. When you see Stephon Diggs catch that ball, he looks like he sidesteps the safety, but he's not. He's making his way out of bounds until the guy just completely whiffed.
Yeah, but he whiffed because
Might
if
as
he
well
hit him,
go.
if he hit him, it would have been pass interference. So he whiffed on purpose.
It's up to
You don't just miss somebody.
Yeah, but you don't come in that low.
You don't just miss somebody though, because he missed him to the outside so that he'd fall down. He was hoping he'd fall down in bounds, and then the game would have been over. But he ran into his own. He took out another one of his own guys, and he fell too, which left him wide open.
That was
in the
just
end zone.
crazy. Literally crazy.
So Jacksonville at Pittsburgh, complete rout. Called that game. Obviously, it wasn't on 4 quarters to call it, but I knew that was a lock. There's just some cases in the NFL where the team's just got another team mentally beat. Even though Pittsburgh's just as good on paper.
I don't understand
They're just in their head.
why Pittsburgh was talking about playing in the next round if they lost to Jacksonville earlier by 3 touchdowns. They got destroyed earlier in the season by Jacksonville, and they were talking about playing the Patriots for a rematch in the AFC Championship. You got to get by Jacksonville first before you start talking.
Yeah, and I mean, they were talking a lot of crap on Blake Bortles too, but
A lot.
The
That's
jokes-
what gave them the W.
yeah, I know, it's just pretty
That's
cool.
what
You
gave
don't
them
give a
the
team
W
bulletin board
instantly.
material no matter what level of football it is, and they gave them. They were talking all that work on Blake Bortles, and even though Ben Roethlisberger is hands down a better QB, he's going to be watching
Jaguars
Blake
was
Bortles
a
play in
lot.
an AFC Championship next week.
100%. 100%.
That whole organization has become really dysfunctional this year. I don't even know what you do with the whole Mike Tomlin thing.
I keep him. It's hard to find a good coach.
I mean, he's a great coach,
He's
but
good.
has he lost that locker room? Obviously, you got the whole
Little
James
bit.
Harrison.
I think they should
Little
get
bit.
rid of Bell, in my opinion.
Really?
That guy, he said if they franchise tag him again, he's going to retire. But,
I wouldn't mind getting franchise tagged if I was playing any other position besides
Right.
running back, though.
yeah.
That is true, because, I mean, he should retire. There's no money in being a running back in the NFL anymore. They're a dime a dozen.
Yeah, so I mean,
So he's got the right to say that. I'm just saying, yeah, which is just another example of how that organization is just falling apart right now. It's crazy, too. I would have never thought
It's
that.
sad.
I think they need to bring in somebody that Big Ben can mentor as a quarterback.
Definitely.
Then, as Big Ben goes on, just pass it on down
You
to
got to draft someone now.
whoever, like Darnold.
How about
or
his
Rosen.
throw to AB at the end of the game?
Yeah, I mean, he's obviously still got it. He said he's coming back
Yeah,
for
that's
another
a nice
season
one.
already. But the dynasty's coming to an end, it seems. The writing's on the wall.
Do you think Antonio Brown's going to be labeled as best wide receiver? All time?
In my book, well, of
You
all
got-
time,
of
it's
all
a different
time,
debate. In the league right now, there's no
the league right now, there's no doubt. Yeah,
Who you got this weekend?
I'm gonna have to go Jags and the Birds.
Yeah, the Jags.
Jags
the
are a
Patriots.
serious threat. Yeah,
I don't know. It's
Jags
hard for
are a
it's hard
serious
for me to
threat.
it's hard for me to bet against the Patriots.
I know.
I mean,
it's almost impossible, but I
I'm
love
rooting
Bortles,
for-
man.
I'm rooting for the
I'm
Jags.
rooting for the Jags. I want the Jags to win. Maybe.
But I think the Patriots are going to pull it out. If
Yeah.
I'd give the score, it's going to be somewhere around 24-14.
I mean-
Patriots, if I had to take a guess.
it's not the worst matchup for the Jags. They got a great pass rush
Dude,
on Tom Brady.
phenomenal
Anything can
defense.
happen. That defense is
I don't think
phenomenal.
the
It's the best in the
problem-
NFL.
The problem's not going to be stopping the Patriots' offense. It's going to be,
keeping up with it,
yeah,
you know, because
yeah.
that's a freaking legendary
I don't
QB,
think.
if not the best QB ever, coming up against an inexperienced team. Wait, was the last time they've been in the NFC Championship?
AFC been a
AFC.
serious drought.
It's been like
That's
17
long
years, right?
drought.
You know, something ridiculous. But
The Jags are finally on one, dude. It's
you know, on
kinda
the other
sick.
hand, this Minnesota Eagles game is a complete toss-up. I've heard so many things like Minnesota's not going to be prepared to play outside their dome team. These guys are professionals. None of
It
that
doesn't
stuff's going to
matter.
have anything
Come
to do with it. It's going to calm down. Anything can happen. Did you see Mike Zimmer was showing his guys the video
Yeah.
of Julio Jones slipping, getting him ready for the surface?
Really?
So they're going to be prepared. Anything can happen in that game.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right, so let's go across the board with our picks. I'm going Patriots, Vikings.
I'm going Birds and the Jags, definitely.
I'm going with Patriots and the Birds. Rematch of the Super Bowl.
2004
That'll
Super
be
Bowl.
awesome,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah.
That'll be awesome.
It's crazy that Tom Brady would be playing in that Super Bowl and he would be playing in this one too. That actually happened
14 years
14
ago.
years later.
Hasn't lost his luster yet.
And he's still on it.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. The Eagles
This
could
is
win the Super
crazy.
Bowl this year. It's anyone's game.
Mm-hmm.
But this week's a big challenge for any team
Still
that's trying to
believe in
get
Nick
there.
Foles.
Definitely.
Still a believer.
Well, buckle up. NBA fights, man. I don't know what's gotten into the NBA in the last week,
This is funny.
but all of a sudden, it's my favorite sport to watch right now.
Mhm,
NBA drama is like no other in sports.
Definitely.
I mean, usually it's not
Easily
until
the best.
March when the playoff pushes come that you start getting the storylines for the NBA.
Mhm.
Makes it exciting for January. I mean,
And like it's so rare to see
middle
these
of the
fights.
season. There's
Football's
nothing,
starting to throttle down, so
there's nothing much going on.
it's about a month
and-
left until I'm in full basketball hockey swing
Mhm.
Yeah.
as far as sports
I mean,
go. So I mean, it's nice to get it started right now. I never saw this coming. Did you see that punch Aaron Apollo threw in the game in the Magic game the other night?
Yeah, I wonder
That
what
was
made him
ridiculous.
throw that.
I don't
What do
know.
you think
That's my
that guy
point.
said?
They
I
were-
also
they were
don't-
in his
like,
ear
we don't-
chirping.
no
They
one
were in his
here-
ear chirping.
No one will ever know what that guy said.
He
for
dude,
him
he
to
was
throw a
chirping
punch
all
out.
right.
That was the widest punch I've ever seen either. He came in thumb out too. Like I gotta take for you. I don't think he wanted to connect that punch. I think he purposely missed him
I don't
because
know.
there's no way
How
you're
do
missing
you-
trying to punch a guy that big, and you also don't want to break your wrist punching a guy in the
Yeah,
face
that
if
was-
you play
Yeah, but
in the
he
NBA.
missed him in the head. It would have been.
That was a shooting arm. That was a shooting hand though. And imagine
Yeah,
you don't want the
Air Force
organization to
was
be pissed at you because you decided to throw a haymaker and break your wrist.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, if you're going to throw it in the first place, you might as well hit him.
Mm.
Because you're going to get suspended either way.
The Sixers were
Dude.
fighting the other day. Was that
That
Raptors
was
game?
awesome.
Ben Simmons told
That was awesome.
DeRozan to meet him in the locker room.
Yeah.
No, it was
That
Kyle
awesome.
Lowry. Kyle Lowry.
Kyle- was it?
Yeah, it was Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, I don't know what Kyle
Ben
Lowry's
Simmons
doing,
would
picking a fight with a
eat-
power
yeah,
forward.
what? Ben Simmons would eat Kyle Lowry.
Yeah, I don't know.
Ben Simmons also got in a fight with the Celtics game.
Yeah, everybody's fighting now.
Like
man. It's
everybody
awesome.
is fighting. Like,
They're making the NBA great again.
Like, I
It's
literally
so,
don't get it.
I'll watch the game if everybody's going to get in a fight every 5 minutes.
Yeah, 100%.
Gotta
It
fight the
makes it
Celtics
way
game.
more fun.
The other thing about the Sixers is like, I don't know why you have your best player out there picking fights. Like, I'd have Jared Bayless. If Ben Simmons is going to instigate a
He's
fight, you need like
competitive.
Jared Bayless or
He's
some other
competitive.
scrub to step in.
I think they're doing this because the NBA is so boring, dude. Like it's actually the
Maybe that's what they're angry about. Maybe that's why they're fighting.
Up until like April. It's just like
things start getting
it's like
tense.
what's like I don't know. I feel like there's too many regular season
it's
games. It's a grind.
For me, it's March when the NBA gets nice because that's when you get the storylines like before the playoffs. You start getting draft storylines. You start getting
free agency
LeBron's
storylines.
mad at all of his teammates because they suck and they're struggling right now. I mean, you're even getting that early. Did you see the anonymous press conference, which was obviously LeBron James just bad mouthing his entire team?
How about Damian Lillard not making the All-Star team?
Nuh-uh.
There's only four players in the league that average 25 and 6.
That's ridiculous. And see, this is grounds for why people
I didn't see that.
This is why people are so pissed off in the NBA. This is why they're all fighting each other. The granddaddy of them all, as Keith Jackson would say, was this Clippers game when poor Blake Griffin, man. Blake Griffin's a lover, not a fighter. Got himself in a little scrap. Chris Paul is the instigator of all of this. People forget that Chris Paul kicked a guy in the genitals when he played college at Wake Forest. This guy's a jerk. I don't know why everybody thinks he's so cool. This guy's always out there on the court.
That's how he plays.
That's
how he plays. The biggest CP.
So what happened basically was they all went off the court. And Chris Paul led the Rockets through a secret tunnel he knew when he was on the Clippers.
This is why the NBA is the best.
To which the police department was called, the LAPD.
They sent a guy to the front door, I think it was Ariza, as like a distraction.
Yeah. He started dancing or
that's
something.
unreal.
Coming through the back.
You can't make this up. This is like a reality show.
Did you see what Stephen A. Smith said about it?
No.
He was just saying it's very poor representation of the African American athlete. Especially how highly CP3 represents it. He was just said that. I was like,
CP3 just when the police showed up, he probably just put on a State Farm outfit and was like, oh, they're all fighting in there. I have nothing to do with this. Like, give me a break. Mike D'Antoni was getting into it.
Right. The GOAT.
And like Austin Rivers, like it's hard to not want to start a fight when Austin Rivers is on the other team.
Yeah. Not a fan of Austin Rivers.
Come on, man. Like,
not a fan.
At the highest level of basketball, there's still daddy ball going on.
If he can play, I'm a fan of him.
Yeah, but he can, man. He stinks.
He went for 36 and 36 2 straight nights earlier in the
He's a
season.
baller, but I'm not a fan.
Whatever, man. We got to move on.
Wait, did Simmons and Embiid make the All-Star team?
Embiid made the All-Star team.
Oh,
Because
nice.
you saw a video last night with Rihanna. He rejected Rihanna or whatever on live TV, and people were like, "Oh, look at Embiid."
Yeah.
I personally think Embiid's really annoying, man. That's a discussion for another
It's
day.
getting out of hand, dude.
It's getting out of hand.
Man.
It's like a lot of things.
He's
in this
unstoppable.
country.
He can say whatever he wants.
Nah.
All right.
Professional athlete. Time to grow up.
Some idiot accidentally set off the Hawaii Amber Alert that there was going to be a missile fired
Heard about that.
on Hawaii. So
I don't know.
I don't know what I would do. What would you
scary.
do? What would you do if you got an Amber Alert that there was a missile getting fired on West Suffolk, New Jersey, and you had like 30 minutes to do something? Like,
Amber Alert is when a missing child. Was when a child's missing.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's just a phone. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
That's gonna have to get cut out.
It's just a phone alert.
Let's restart the whole. Let's restart the whole. Have to, dude.
nah, here we're good. So it wasn't we'll leave that in. It wasn't an Amber Alert. I'm sorry, everybody. It was some kind of phone alert. Everybody was getting an alert that there was a missile getting fired on Hawaii, like in real time. Like, what would you do if there was a missile getting fired? Like, I don't know what I would do. I'd probably just go home and watch Seinfeld.
We'd probably be beat, so like, I'd be right there with you.
Eat a nice cheat meal or something.
I'd probably be right there with you. We'd probably go get some
What are you thinking over there? What are you doing? You have 30 minutes. What do you gotta eat something. You gotta eat something.
Go watch some Seinfeld with us.
Yeah, probably tag along.
Yeah.
You guys,
Get some
did you see there's people like climbing in the sewers and all that?
No.
Yeah, like it's easy for us. Like we're talking a big game right now.
Yeah,
There's not a missile getting fired.
That's like something I would do.
But like,
that's scary.
like in reality, we would definitely
That's
all be
very
like in
scary.
the basement of Tommy's house, thinking that would like trying to tell ourselves that would help.
But the thing I don't understand is how is there like 35 minutes that went by before they sent out the false alarm text? So like what happened in those 35 minutes?
Well, I'll tell you what happened. I'll tell you what Alex Jones and the boys are saying, that it wasn't actually a false alarm, that North Korea fired a missile and we shot it down. That's just wild to think about. I don't even want to get into that. You think that has plausibility?
Hey, I could see it. You know, that's like.
Yeah, because why would why would they tell us that they fired the
Right.
missile, that like they shot down a missile?
I just
That's
also
just-
feel like
that's just super odd.
if North Korea fired a missile on Hawaii and that was real, and Trump's a nutcase like Trump is our president, then they'd be completely obliterated right now. We wouldn't even be talking about North Korea because
Yeah.
they'd be old news. But maybe they didn't even tell Trump because they don't want him to get out of hand.
I know.
Like maybe he doesn't even know what happened. For all I
Nah, he
know.
definitely knows what happened.
Oh, you
but,
know.
but I
You
understand. Like,
definitely know.
What
there's
else
a
do you
there's a
understand?
button for that apparently somebody hit, but there's got to be like 5 buttons.
Yeah,
You hit
like
a button.
how is there just a button sitting at a control center
Or
that you can just accidentally accidentally hit it?
Or it was just the North Koreans, or somebody was.
That's-
I could see that.
Or
Yeah,
somebody was in
that's where I'm
disguise.
seeing this. There's no way there's
There
just
was
a
a
button
spy.
sitting there and you're just like,
Like,
whoops.
come on.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe there was just a spy. Who knows?
No, it's just I think it's believable.
Yes.
That somebody
Yeah, there's probably
hacked-
some
Something we'll
intern.
never
hacked
know.
whatever.
There's probably some intern. Yeah,
Yes,
so
some
shout out to
intern.
the nerd that screwed that all up.
Right.
All right, this is big time news. Now onto the important stuff. Fortnite update.
Fortnite update.
I had the opportunity to get a dry run in last night.
Same.
I'm a huge fan. What about you?
Yeah, I think it makes the game easier.
It makes the game 1,000 times better.
It does make the game
Dude,
a lot
the game's
easier
awesome,
because there's
man.
more locations. There's more.
Huge.
It's
No.
much more immersive now. So you
I
don't
think
have-
I think it's easier because like when I was playing yesterday, like you don't go to all the new spots
Yeah.
on the map. So like if you go to like the old spots or whatever,
nobody's there.
there's nobody there.
Yeah,
so I mean,
nobody.
you're
And
guaranteed.
and
But
once
that one
everybody-
tower place is crazy.
You're guaranteed a top 20 finish if you don't go to the new spot.
Yeah, like
top
once
15.
once everybody gets used to all the maps, still like there's still gonna be less people
Dude,
going
it's
to each
huge.
location
I
because there's
love
more
it.
spots to go to.
Like there's no, I don't have any strategy or whatever. I mean, I just kind
I
of
just go.
guns wing it as
blazing.
it is.
Yeah.
But I make it top 10 every time, and
Yeah.
then I just kind of go from there.
I'm a huge solo guy. Solos
Me
like
too.
so
I'm
awesome.
a squads guy. There's
Squads
nothing
is
better
awesome.
than getting your
Just go with the
squad
gang,
getting
yeah.
a 4-person party going and talking to your
Yeah.
boys and figuring it out.
Those are hard.
These new places are nuts though. It's enticing to go there. There's like 6 chests in one
Well,
house.
that
and,
tower place is crazy. There's 30 chests there.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Like-
So, but I guess they're also compensating for everybody going there.
Yeah.
There's something for everybody in that.
The graphics look a little better.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
just-
that's
it's-
something I
yeah.
noticed.
It's just sick. Man.
Yeah, I
When,
mean,
that's
when do you
right.
think they'll start charging us to play that game?
It's gonna be
well,
soon.
it's still in beta right now, so it's probably I think it's a matter of months. I mean, we'd have to bring a Fortnite expert on here to
I'll definitely buy that.
give us the
dude.
logistics of that. I mean,
Game's
people have
awesome.
already started paying money for that. Like,
Yeah.
you can buy the Founders Pack for
Yeah.
$20 and have that stupid armor or whatever.
You know, like at the real game is like a zombies.
Yeah, that was always my biggest question when I first got the game. How come when you load the game up, it's like a bunch of the characters fighting zombies? I mean, yeah, nobody's gonna play that, man.
I know. I mean, I would, dude. If I get that game, it looks pretty sick.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Yeah, so it's still in beta. It's gonna drop in a matter of months. And then last but not least, Trump has had a hell of a week, man. Big week for Trump.
Huge, huge. One
Let's
of the
start.
biggest.
Let's start with the fake news awards. Did you check
dude,
that out?
That had me
That-
crying.
When I heard Trump was going to make a fake news awards, I thought it was fake news. Like, I was like, there's no way that
Right.
between all the stuff this guy has to do as president of the United States, he's actually going to sit down and release a fake news awards list. Just like a list of, it's basically just a list of like every news
That had me
publication in the country
crying.
that accidentally made a mistake once, and that has since even corrected it.
Mm-hmm.
He gave the #1 fake news award to New York Times because they wrote some op-ed on him when he was running for president. Like, I've never seen a guy
Dude's a
who
legend.
beat these people at their own game and is now president, but still cares so much.
Dude's a legend, man.
How about him being the doctor come out and saying he's 6'3", 239?
And that's what I want to get to, the
Like
measurables.
right
This-
guard for the Dallas Cowboys.
Yeah, this is where Trump has had a monster week PR wise. Trump's medical exam got released this week, and it says he's 6'3", 239.
Being
and now-
completely healthy.
Being
there's-
praised as a professional athlete.
Yeah, there's
Completely
There's
healthy.
real professional graphics on Twitter and
I love it.
real news websites that are comparing Trump to NFL players, professional athletes.
But what people don't understand is that muscle weighs more than fat. So obviously these people are at the same height and weight as Trump are gonna look better than him because they're 6'3", 240.
Yeah, but there's people seriously out there that
I
are
know,
believing
that's
like, oh yeah, Trump can play.
That's weird.
Luke Kuechly is 6'3", 238.
Yeah,
Trump can
that's
play
weird.
middle linebacker for the Panthers.
That's
Come
weird.
on,
Trump's 70 years old or however old he is.
people are dead serious
People
about this.
are
Like,
thinking that Trump's lying about his weight. People think he weighs more than.
yeah, like people were trying to use this to like scrutinize him because they're like, there's no way you're 6'3", 239. Cam Chancellor is 6'3", 249.
So dumb. So
People
dumb.
just
Like,
don't
that literally doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
It's just like
You can see it in the body, dude. Like,
they also they have professional graphics. It's like Trump hitting a golf ball, and Colin Kaepernick like throwing a ball, and they're like Colin Kaepernick 6'4", 230, Trump 6'3", 239. They're one and the same basically, and I'm like, they're like, you be the judge. Who are you taking? Like that's what they're like, and I'm like, ah.
How about his press conference when he just told the guy?
That's a great video.
said
Nick,
out.
you gotta pull that one up. Man. The video
Yeah.
from yesterday, he's in the press conference, he's looking around, and he just goes, you, out.
Yeah, because he asked him a question about he
He's
asked
just
him
like,
some
out.
stupid question, and the guy he answered the question, and he was just like out, and the guy was like okay,
Yeah.
he just walked out like he just. down
dude,
that
Trump's
place.
a legend.
Such
man.
a, I mean, for a guy
Just a
that's done a
legend.
horrible job so far, this has been a monster week for him. Maybe we can get the
National
ball
legend.
rolling again and get some thunder back.
Definitely.
I mean,
Yeah.
4 quarters wasn't on the fake news awards, even though I misspeak like 5 times an episode.
Yeah.
He's,
So that's good news.
We're on one now. We're back.
Yeah, so maybe we gotta make a goal to get on the 2nd annual fake news awards.
We'll make one of our own.
I'd love to be that guy. I'd love to get press credentials to sneak into a Trump press conference and then just ask the dumbest questions,
Right.
just to see like his face, his faces, man.
He's a legend.
All right, well, good to be back in style. 4 quarters. We'll see you next week.
We're back, baby.